Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. Instagram would not let me be great today. I couldn't, it wouldn't let me post my stories. So normally I try to post a topic and a reminder, usually about 20 minutes before. It wasn't feeling it today. Wasn't feeling it. Um, yeah, so I am so happy to see you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Hello, Instagram. We're trying to still go live on Instagram. We'll see. We're trying. Good morning. Good morning. Uh, it's going to be one of those kinds of days. Well, I reject that. It is not. It's going to be an amazing day. How are you guys doing? Good morning, S. Malone. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. So I hadn't even typed in my normal Happy Friday greeting. So thank you, S. Malone, for getting us started. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Good morning, Terry. Hey, Silver Sister. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Instagram. Sean, Julia, Panav, Panavayu. I tried. Good morning. So happy to see you guys. I mean, I had not even poured my cup of coffee. So we're about to do that. Coffee with Angel in real time. It's not brewed yet because I do my French press. It's got to go at least 5 or 6 minutes, or else it's coffee water, not really coffee. And I need the strong stuff this morning. So normally I start off these Fridays. I usually have some questions for you guys, and it's our topic of the day. And I had something this morning, and then I just decided I was going to flip the switch. You guys get to ask me questions. So this is two things. Ask me anything, whether it's silver hair care, lifestyle, fitness, fashion, what it feels like to start over at 50 plus from a career perspective, becoming an entrepreneur later in life, not late, just later. Yeah, so you guys drop your questions in the comments while I'm typing today's topic. And then we're also going to do a little bit of community check-in. I feel like we do that all the time. Like last week, Berna gave us an update on her trip to Dubai. So, I'm always here for the community check-in. But I'm going to type that in. So while you guys are thinking of your questions for me, I'm going to type today's topic into the chat. Okay, there we go. Good morning. Oh, awesome. Oop, y'all, I got a new camera, okay? I love the camera, but the stand does not stay on the computer. Like, am I going to have to rig this? It's crazy. Okay, because there are some good questions. Oh, Sean says she's getting her first tea. Good morning. So Sean's question, good morning, my home girl. Oh, Chickpea 21. So that means that's somebody from New Orleans. So Sean wants to know, how long have I been wearing my natural gray hair? Have I ever dyed my hair or wore a wig? Okay, this is full of a lot of things. So natural in terms of not relaxed. I stopped relaxing my hair in 2015. Natural in terms of my silver hair. So if you don't know this is an opportunity to give you a little bit of background story. I've had silver hair all my life, not this much, But my mother found my first silver strand when I was a little girl. I was so young. She was still combing my hair. And so, just growing up, it was just always a thing. It was just, I'm going to fix this camera while I'm talking. I'm going to try. It was just always something I had, kind of like a birthmark, right? And honestly, the people in my life, like nobody ever made me feel bad about having silver hair. And in fact, I was always told as a child that that was a sign of wisdom. Now, of course, when you're 8 years old, you don't know what that means. But so I've always worn my silver hair. Even in college, I had a little streak, and people thought that I bleached it. And it was a streak for a long, long time. I'm pouring my coffee now. And as I, got older, the streak just widened. So in my mid 30s, when our second child was born, our daughter, it really started coming in everywhere. In the temples, it was uneven. But because I'd always had it, it was like, oh, okay, this is just what it's going to do until I fully expected at some point my hair was going to look like this. But that was the first time that people started making negative comments to me about my hair. And it was weird because I wasn't used to that. And so my daughter was born in the mid 90s. So, nobody, embracing your gray wasn't a thing. Silver Sister wasn't a thing. The internet and a community of Silver Sisters certainly wasn't a thing. So it was just kind of weird that now I was getting, negative comments. Now, I remember one time distinctly. So two things. I had a good friend, and we're still very good friends, who was telling me that I should color my hair. I was too old to have white hair. And again, these were all new things like coming into nobody ever told me that before. And so, and then but I kind of ignored her. Like I was thinking about it. It was irritating as hell, but I kind of ignored her. And then one day we were out with my infant daughter, and the two of us and my infant daughter, and someone asked me if my daughter was my granddaughter. And I was mortified. And she looked at me and she said, "See, I told you." And I colored my hair, Sean. It was the first time in my mid 30s. It was kind of an auburn color. And I kind of selected that color because that was the color my mother had been coloring her hair like my whole life. So I knew it would look okay with my skin tone. But I'll tell you, as soon as I did it, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And because it wasn't me and it didn't feel like me, aside from the fact that it is a lot of work to constantly color white hair like every 2 weeks because it doesn't want to be colored. And those of you who have been coloring your hair for years or did, like, you understand that. But it was like all of a sudden a new job that I had. In addition to 2 kids and working and a husband in a house, now every 2 weeks I'm touching up my edges, and I just hated it. But I couldn't figure out how to undo it, right? Because of course nobody was growing their hair out like people are doing now. And ultimately that was my first big chop. I just cut off my hair so short that I was going to my husband's barber. And so that, Sean, is the very long answer to your question. You probably didn't realize it was so many things in there. And so that taught me a lot. And it taught me how important it is to be comfortable in your skin, no matter how off-putting that can be to other people, even people who love you, even people who are well-meaning. Like, the most important thing for you is to be comfortable in your skin. And I am very glad in many ways that I had that experience, because I'm just in my mid 30s. Of course, I thought it was super grown, but now we know that's very young. And that's a lesson that I've carried on, even to becoming an entrepreneur, because I know there were people who thought I had lost my mind leaving my job at almost 60. I was closer to 60 than 50, and starting all over in an industry I had no experience in. Yeah. So that lesson in my mid 30s is something that I've been able to carry through the rest of my life when I've done things that were against the grain and were just important to me being myself. So thank you. That was an awesome question. Let's see. So because I answered a wig. So clip-ins. I've never worn a wig, but I do wear clip-ins because I got COVID a few years ago. And like many women, even though I didn't have a bad case of COVID, I experienced a lot of hair loss. And so a lot of the styles that I was accustomed to wearing, like I literally didn't know what to do with my hair. And I particularly missed wearing a ponytail, one, because ponytails are just so easy. It wasn't the shortness of the hair. I've had super short hair before. And so that's when I discovered clip-ins. And since that time, the quality and the color of clip-ins for silver hair has improved by 1,000%. And so that's why you see me wearing the ponytail so much. One, because it's easy, especially when I'm traveling and I don't have to do a lot of manipulation that's required for my, I guess you would say, signature twist out. And you see me twisting it now because I just got some new clip-ins. And so now I can wear my ponytail. And I have two versions of clip-ins. I have the blow dry version for when I want to blow dry my hair. But this version is my favorite because it mimics the natural texture of my hair. And it's a heat-free style, low maintenance. And in fact, I just finished filming a vlog on how to do clip-ins. So it should be up on Tuesday. Okay, Sean, I answered all your questions. Haven't done a wig, but I'm not opposed to wigs. I just haven't done one. But again, wigs nowadays don't look anything like wigs looked when we were growing up. And there are times I see people I know of all ages, and they wear wigs, and they have wigs that look like their hair. So they use it more as a protective style or as an alternative when you're traveling, especially people who travel a lot. I have found that they use wigs because it's just easy. So I may be doing a wig tutorial. You know, I'm always open to trying something new. So, okay, Sean. Sean was like, "Ooh, that was a dissertation." Okay. I got to put my glasses on so I can read the comments. Paula McNair. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. When I said Chick P21, that's somebody from New Orleans, and she was like, "Oh, that's Paula McNair." Oh yeah, we're Nola sisters. She's married to my air quotes brother. He claimed himself as my brother when I was in college because I don't have a big brother, so he decided I'm your brother. Love you so much. Thank you for joining me. So Sean, thank you, Paula. I appreciate it. Yes, lots of work. Paula says she doesn't have a lot. She has some by her ears and then by her wings. And I hate how they stand out, and I don't color yet. Well, that is the challenge for a lot of people who really, it's not that they don't like the silver, it's the pattern that's coming in. And, you know, I'll be honest, in the beginning, it may not come in a way that is most pleasing to you. Like everybody won't have a streak that just kind of expands, especially when you get that halo. But trust me, it's always worth it. Or another alternative is if you have light colored hair naturally, you can kind of lighten up your hair so that the silver blends. It's what a lot of blondes do when they're letting their silver grow out. So there are a lot of different options, but that initial stage can be a little uncomfortable, but 100% of the time, women who have just kind of bit their, just like, okay, I'm going to do it and let it grow out, have all never, ever regretted it. And I'm also one of those people. So Sean's like, yes, be yourself. Sean says she loved, oh, you love the clip in. Thank you. I love it too. I love a clip in. I am so, oh, thank you, Paula. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate all the well wishes. I really do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's too early in the morning to be having me cry. It really is. Okay, we got more questions. Let's see. Terry says she's in the market for workout shoes. Do you have any brands that you like? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Hoka, Hoka. It's just becoming mainstream. It used to be a shoe that you could only find in like the running boutique, but now it's mainstream. You can get it at Dick's. You can even get them from Amazon. They are amazing. So I was about to say I'm a former runner. I just don't run as much as I used to. But if you're someone who needs a lot of cushioning, or if you do high impact, and that doesn't necessarily have to mean running, because they're also really great for walking. Hokas are amazing. The sole is very, very thick, but when you put it on, it feels like you're walking on clouds. And I really love them because I would say maybe like 10, 15 years ago, I started having back issues. And I think it was just from, according to the ortho, just years of running, because I'd been running since I was like 18. And just the impact was bothering me, and also my knees. And so once I started consistently wearing Hokas, even though I don't run as much as I used to, I primarily use my Peloton. The Hokas are really very, very good for shock absorption. The other shoe that I love is called Saysh, Saysh. And that shoe is designed by Allison Felix, our Olympian, right? Most decorated female Olympian ever. And I'm going to put this in the chat. Allison created a shoe specifically for women's feet, because what she realized and what she told us, because we didn't know, that women's running shoes or any kind of athletic shoe is actually the same as men's shoe. Like even though our feet are built differently, the manufacturers never created molds for women's feet. They just made our shoes for smaller men's feet, which is why now I know I always had to put inserts in my shoes. I just thought like, I had wide feet, but a narrow heel. Well, women naturally have narrower heels. And so Allison's shoe actually is designed for a woman's foot. And when I put that shoe on, I was like, oh, now I see what she means. I mean, it just hugged my heel. Like there was no slippage up and down. I really didn't need an insert. And they are also great. She makes a walking shoe and she makes a running shoe. I would buy the running shoe for even if you're walking, because just a running shoe is always going to have more shock absorption. And we need that for our back. We just need that for all of our joints, period. So yes, Hokas and Saysh. I'm going to put that in the chat. Recommended athletic shoes. I love these comments. I love these questions. Oops, Saysh by Allison Felix. And Hokas. Okay. Let's see. S. Malone, thank you for sharing. I think silver Salt and pepper hair looks beautiful. I'm graying at my temples and embracing it. I'm melanated. Looks beautiful on melanated skin. It does. I think silver, salt and pepper, because everybody won't get this much. Like, and how much you get is really based on genetics. That's really what it all boils down to. So if you want to know how much silver you're going to get, or if you're going to get any at all, because a lot of people really don't. Look at your parents and your grandparents. That will pretty much tell you. And oftentimes people will say, oh, my mother, she colors her hair, which I would say she knows what those roots are doing. She and her hairdresser, they know. They know. But that will tell you exactly, more or less, what your silver, how it's going to come in, what it's going to look like, and how much you're going to get. But I think it looks, going back to my point about, it really brightens your face, like regardless of your skin tone. Once you get that white hair, and some people get white hair, some people get silver colored hair, some people get gray hair, some people it's more of like a pewter color. Like there are a variety of ranges of silver gray hair, just like blondes, right? There's a huge range of colors for people who are categorized as blonde. Silver hair is just like that. It's just like that. But it really brightens your face. And many people, once they stop coloring their hair and they fully embrace their silver, what they realize is the makeup palette has to change a little bit, because this is a natural highlighter. It's a brightener. It's like your own diva ring around your face. It really brightens your face. And so you may need to tweak your color palette a little bit. And you may also want to think about the colors that you wear. Jewel tones and silver hair are amazing. They really, really make the hair pop. And I typically it kind of muted even before I had this much silver. So I am really forcing myself to wear more jewel tones, to wear more vibrant colors, to really step out of my comfort zone, because I just have a whole lot of black in that closet. And it looks good with silver. That's always was my rationale, but it was really because it was safe. So I'm really trying to break out of that, and just not stop wearing black, but experiment more with other colors. Angel history. Thank you, Sean. Okay, let's see what other questions. Let's see. Do we have? I tell you this. I can't wait to see the blog about the clip is. Oh, thank you, Tony. So I'm working to have that up. I really want to put it up tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to be finished editing. So I don't want to promise it by tomorrow, but Tuesday at the latest. But yeah, but if you're subscribed and you have your notifications turned on, then you will get a notification. But I'll also, once it's posted, I'll also post it on Facebook and Instagram too. So that will alert you to check out the YouTube vlog. Okay, let's see. S. Malone, I just saw you had a question, and what happened? Oh, here it is. What advice would you give someone starting their own blog? How did you get started? What gave you the confidence to start when there were so many others out there? Well, I did it scared. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. Not scared because I don't like I'm comfortable with public speaking, but to me, being on social media is different than that. And so, as an entrepreneur, as someone with a brand, particularly a beauty brand, like social media is important. Like it's an important part of the business. And I had to find And in all transparency, it was really something that I struggled with. Like, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, maybe they can pick up their phone and just like post something and just go on, and it's like a part of their day. And I guess I'm what's called an extroverted introvert. Like, I can be extroverted when I need to be, but just like the idea of like living life out loud every day on my phone through social media. I mean, there's some people who do that amazingly well, and that was a struggle for me. But I know how important it is from a business perspective in terms, and I understood that I had valuable information. Like, I would spend hours answering customer emails, right? About hair care, and sometimes they would ask questions about things that I talk about now on my YouTube channel. And it got to a point where like I knew that wasn't sustainable. I couldn't spend all day answering customer questions via email, even though I loved doing it. It was like it wasn't scalable. And so it was like, okay, how can I provide the same information in a way that makes it accessible to the Maison 276 community, but to anyone who has these questions, who has these issues in terms of how to take care of their silver hair. My premise is that silver hair isn't difficult, it's just different. And so you have to know, one, why is this hair different than the hair that I had when I was 30 years old? And how do I take care of it? Because you can have beautiful hair at every age. You just have to know how to adjust for those naturally occurring changes that take place in our bodies as we mature. And so I thought, okay, I don't know how to give this information in 15-second increments, right? But I can talk about it at length. And I do want to give people like deep dive information, like how to and explain like the whys of things. Sometimes my husband says, I write a chapter when I could have just written a sentence, but that's how I give information. And so I did a lot of research. I started watching a lot of YouTube, and I have a cousin who is really she has a huge YouTube platform, and she's built an amazing brand for herself. And I'm so proud of her. If you follow her on YouTube, her name is Jeranika Mycia. We're cousins. Her grandmother and my mother are sisters. And so I watched her, one as a fan. And then when I realized like, oh, I have to, like, YouTube is where I need to live. And so I started watching a lot of more content that I liked, and content that was similar to the type of content that I wanted to create. And so I probably did that for far too long, because it was a form of procrastinating. But I did that. I just watched, I consumed a lot of content. And I also consumed a lot of content from people, and there are a lot of people who call themselves experts, but content from people on how to build a platform. Like, I had the information, I just needed to know how to put it out there in a way that people would actually want to watch it. And so I just did it. I didn't buy a lot of expensive equipment. At first, I started with my phone, and that's what a lot of people will recommend, and that's what I recommend too. And then I bought lights, then I bought my first camera, but not anything super expensive. And I just bought my second camera, also not something super expensive. And if that's something y'all want to vlog on, I'm happy to create content on that. I'm not a gatekeeper. I will share all the information I have. So this new camera I'm raving about, but the holder is the stickiness on it is not great. Okay, so I was so rudely interrupted by my camera. So I honestly, S. Malone, like, a lot of my original vlogs are terrible. And some of them I even made private because I was just like, they're not good. And I also use AI to help me. Like once I started creating vlogs that people wanted to watch, I asked AI to help me compare the two and say like, why did this one do poorly? Why did this one do well? And to give me some help and recommendations on creating content that was similar in format to the vlogs that did well. But you just gotta do it scared. You just gotta do it uncomfortable. I would say the most important thing though is to start talking about things that you know like the back of your hand. Like don't start with something that you're also a newbie on. Like start with something you know like the back of your hand. Silver hair care, I know that like the back of my hand. So while the original format of the vlogs probably wasn't the best, I could still talk about it with ease and with authority. And so that was really good practice. In fact, the first vlog that I did actually wasn't even on hair because I was like, what do I talk about? And my son was just like, anything, just do it. You like to cook, talk about cooking. And so I actually did some cooking vlogs. The information was good, but the way I did it was, it just wasn't, it wasn't its best. So I'm going to go back to that now that I know more about how to create a vlog that people will actually watch. And I'm still learning because some of my vlogs will get 2,000, 3,000 views and some 100. Like, I think I'm doing the same thing. So it's a constant learning process. Be willing to make mistakes. Understand that it's, you know, I know you see a lot of posts like, I was monetized in 2 weeks. I mean, make sure, you know, but I would say don't go in looking for the quick fix, quick win. Give it time. Um, Give it time to find your groove. You know, obviously I've had Maison 276 for a lot longer than I've had the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is barely a year of me actually posting content, but I still had to learn how to take the information that I had here and all the experiences that I had, you know, um, uh, I would say giving advice to thousands of people and how to put that in a platform like YouTube. So y'all know I'm talkative. I'm gonna give y'all these long answers, but that's the only way I know how to do it. That's the only way I know how to do it. Okay. Do you recommend hair steaming for keeping moisture in our silver hair? So yes. I don't have a hair steamer. What I have is a heating cap that if you go to I have several vlogs where I reference it, and you can just look through the description. Any vlog that talks about the best products or my best Amazon products for silver hair, I'm going to reference it. But it's simply a cap that you put on. So you put on your conditioner. The Restore conditioner is designed to be a leave-in, rinse out, but it's also designed to be a mask, which is why it's super thick. And so after washing my hair, I'll put on the Restore conditioner. I'll put on a plastic, you know, the conditioning shower cap, and then put on that heating cap. It's electric, so you can set it from anywhere from 30 minutes to 45. The heat ranges, there are 10 different heat ranges, 1 to 10. I usually land on about 7 to 10. And I do that more or less once a week, usually on Saturday morning, because it's very relaxing to me. And so that basically does the same thing as the steamer, except it's just enclosed. But really, it's just forcing moisture and the conditioning products into your hair because that steam is opening up the hair cuticles. So I don't have a steamer, but I do think they are fine. The heating cap is another option though. Not just silver hair, girl, all of our hair. Are our products available in New York City? So we are available in some locations in New York. I don't think New York City proper. I'm going to go to the to our store locator. Let's see. Now, if you go to the Maison 276 website, you will see the store locator page, and all you have to do is put your zip code in, and it will tell you the closest location. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We do have 14 locations, Walmart locations in New York. None of them are New York City in terms of the address, but as you know, if you purchase on Walmart, you can get your product sometimes in less than 24 hours. I bought something one time and it was at my house in like 6 hours. I was just like, phew. So, but go to the store locator page on the Maison 276 website and put in your zip code, and it will tell you where the closest Walmart is. But if there's not one close to you, they will deliver, and baby, they deliver fast. Thank you, Tony. Because I was saying, y'all, I'm long-winded. Thank you, Regine. Thank you so much. You're mostly, thank you guys, mostly salt and pepper. I want to make sure I take care. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. So the thing about, as I was saying, Yvette, the amount of salt we get with our pepper is going to vary, but all of our hair changes as we mature. Our hair is just like our skin. It changes as we mature, and the amount of salt and pepper you get really doesn't change the fact that your hair at 40, 50, 60 is not the hair you had at 20 or 30. And the Maison 276 products are specifically formulated for those unique but very natural changes. Mostly our hair gets drier. Regardless of what the texture is, it may get a little coarser. And then when it stops producing melanin, which is the thing that gives it color, we may see even more changes. Those things are all natural. And the 3-step system is designed to address those naturally occurring changes that take place. Every single component of the system has conditioning qualities in it to address those natural changes, the dryness. So yes, absolutely. Thank you for asking that. Thank you. I appreciate that. You need to add, steam to your routine. Yes, absolutely, Sean. I think you will find that your hair will be softer. Like just infusing moisture just makes your hair better all around. Thank you so much, guys. Hey, good morning, Carolyn. Don't worry about being late, honey. As you guys know, all of the Coffee with Angels are uploaded to YouTube shortly after we finish these conversations. So you can watch this one and any of the others at your leisure if you're just joining us. So if you're just hopping on, today's topic was a little bit different because it wasn't really a topic. It was Ask Me Anything. And I've had questions about, of course, silver hair care, but also about the athletic shoes that I wear, fitness, if I've ever colored my hair, clip-ins, which I have my ponytail clip-ins now. So you can go back and rewatch it and hear all of my very long-winded but thorough answers. You love G? Oh, I do too. I do too. She's amazing. And I am so, so proud of her. And she honestly is my YouTube mentor. I will hit her. I don't bother her too much, but I'll hit her up if I got a question. I'll hit her up. But we are all so incredibly proud of her. Yeah. Yeah, we really are. So thank you for supporting her and supporting her channel. And when I get off the call, I'm going to tell her one of the girlfriends was on my call this morning. I am honored. So Yvette, you are a girlfriend. But yeah, I'm so proud of her. We all are. Okay, I got to put my glasses back on because let's see. Valerie, she has sister locks and would love to try the product, but the shampoo needs to be moisturized. The shampoo needs to be moisturizing but not detangling. Would it work for brightening my grays? Absolutely. And we do have customers. We have customers who have sister locks and customers that have locks that use the three-step system. And we've not had anyone. I know you're concerned with the sister locks as you want, because they're very tiny. You want to make sure that they stay locked. But yeah, absolutely. We do have customers that have locks and sister locks. And the whole concept of the three-step system is to remove that dullness and discoloration. That's just a function of having colorless hair, right? I always tell people it's like wearing the same white shirt every day. No matter how much you wash it over time, it's just going to get dull and dingy. And that's what it's like to have silver, gray, or blonde hair, because our hair basically lacks melanin. And so the three-step system is specifically designed to brighten, cleanse, and restore the natural brilliance of your hair, but without purple dyes. And that is the key part of the innovation, because as you know, when you use those purple shampoos, you have colorless hair, you're adding color to colorless hair. It takes on those hues and you get what I call old lady blue hair. And so you wind up having to buy all these different kinds of products, because sometimes you use the purple stuff and then you can't use that all the time. So then you buy regular shampoos that you spend twice as much money as your dark-haired counterparts. And that is why the three-step system is innovative, why it's so effective. It is healthy, clean, plant-based ingredients to naturally take care of your silver, gray, or blonde hair without those nasty, yucky purple dyes that not only color your hair, but they ruin your towels, your shower stalls. Look, if y'all know about the purple shampoos, nothing nice. Nothing nice. So yeah, if you guys just hopped on, good morning. Thank you for joining me for Coffee with Angel. Today's topic was a little bit different. It was Ask Me Anything, and we've covered a lot of different topics. So if you're just joining, no worries. I always upload the Coffee with Angels after we finish, so you can go back and watch the whole episode on YouTube at your leisure. Let's see. Oh, I need to just keep these glasses on, right? Good morning, multifaceted me. The average price of the Maison, is it best to get the full package? Yes, Carolyn, it is more. You can buy, so the way most people, excuse me, the way most people start with a three-step system, Carolyn, is they will buy the trio, the Clarify, which is the brightener, the hydrate shampoo, the restore conditioner, and then they'll replenish using the individual components. So I'll use myself as an example. I go through a lot of step one because I have so much white hair, right? And so someone with a lot of white hair, they typically will buy the trio the first time. Ooh, I can see that camera falling down. I love this camera, this webcam, except I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I need to go get some Velcro or something. I don't know. Again, rudely interrupted by this camera falling. Oh, yes. So start with the trio and then replenish the individual components as needed. That's what a lot of people do. Now, some people do use all three evenly, but that's typically what a lot of people do. So that's what I would recommend. I don't know why I keep taking these off and on. Thank you. Yes, our reviews are good. Yes. And oftentimes, the thing about me, even if someone doesn't have a great experience, if the review is on our website, then, I they have an email address and I can reach out to them. And I always ask, like, okay, what are you doing with your hair? How did you use the product? What did you use previously? So I will say this, if you've never used a clarifying product, right? If you have silver, any version, salt and pepper, silver, all, whatever. If you've never used a clarifying product and you have those yellow, brassy overtones, it's going to take more than one shampoo to remove that dullness and discoloration, because that yellow, brown, brassiness, that may have accumulated over the course of years. And so you need to be patient and give the system time to work. Your patience will be rewarded. Also, if you previously used products that had phosphates or sulfates or a lot of silicones, oftentimes these products are not, those ingredients can coat the hair and cause product buildup that may not be removed with your previous shampoo. So that's another thing that the system is doing. It's trying to remove that dullness and discoloration, or it is removing the dullness and discoloration. But it's also, if you have a lot of product buildup, it's also gently removing that product buildup. And because it is a gentle plant-based system, like you don't want to, you're not stripping your hair, you're just trying to reveal the natural beauty and brilliance of your hair. Okay, so I hope that answered that question. Good morning, Mary. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I am so happy, you guys. I love all these questions. Yeah, maybe I should have done this sooner, so I'll do this quarterly. Good morning, you guys over on Instagram. Good morning. If you're just joining us, happy Friday. Welcome to Coffee with Angel, where we meet every Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern over here in the social media streets, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We talk about a variety of topics, but this morning it was a little different. I didn't have a question for you. It was Ask Me Anything. So we've covered everything from silver hair care, protective hairstyles, athletic wear, and my journey to being silver. So I was so happy to share all of this. I appreciate all of your comments and questions, and I hope that it was helpful for you. S. Malone, in terms of your questions about starting a blog or a vlog, I hope that was helpful to you. And if it's something that you guys really would like me to go more detailed in terms of my own personal journey, I'm happy to do that. I'm an open book where I think it can be helpful for someone. Oh, hey, Mary, thank you for sharing the number 8 bow techniques. Oh my gosh, that is the hardest working product outside of the 3-step system. I don't know, I can't separate them. But that number 8 Botaniques oil, talk about multi-purpose. Oh man, multi-purpose, everything, head to toe. That's how I use it. I use it to remove my makeup. I use it to moisturize my skin. Yes, it's an oil, but it's so lightweight and moisturizing and easily absorbs into your skin because they're all made, all of the 8 oils that make up the number 8 Botaniques, hence number 8, are all or oils that are easily absorbed into the skin. They don't block the pores. I'll call you back. My son clearly forgot I was doing Coffee with Angel. Oh, thank you, Regine. So glad you guys like that. Awesome. And I actually also did a vlog, the vlog where I talk about I'm 65. That was so interesting because that's been one of the most popular ones. And really what I'm talking about is how I use the dry oil. So if you want to know what we're talking about with the number 8 Botaniques dry oil, go to my YouTube channel and check out the one that says 65 years young, something like that. But that's really where I'm talking about how all the different ways I use the number 8 Botaniques oil. So you guys, This is the longest ever that we've ever gone, which is why probably my son thought we were done. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Wherever you are, be safe. Have a great time. Thank you so much for joining me on another Coffee with Angel. And I will see you guys next Friday. Take care. Bye.